don't want to get us banned.
No, we don't need any banning. But what I do need is a delicious high-end Cabernet. Can you provide me with one of those?
I'm gonna try. I don't know.
Will the color be as red as your shirt?
It should be darker.
Well,
And
now
more purpley. It'll be a blend of our shirts.
Well, now I'm intrigued.
Reddish purpley.
We've set this up even more than I could have possibly imagined. And that's what we have for this Give It a Shot. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith. And we are AboutBeverages.com. And the beverage that we are about today is the Trader Joe's Platinum Reserve Cabernet Sauvignon from Sonoma County, specifically Knights Valley. I believe that's an AVA.
Oh, okay.
Or if it's not an AVA, at least it's a sub-region within Sonoma County. So we were discussing what to do this week. Because these podcasts will be released within the same week. We're going with the Cabernet theme.
Yes,
and we're starting out actually with a Cabernet, with an actual Cabernet Sauvignon. So the Platinum Reserve series is Trader Joe's highest level private label line.
Okay, because they do have even more expensive wines there, which I'm always surprised at.
We carry more expensive wines, but not that are Trader Joe's exclusive.
Branded.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. I was trying to think. There might be something in there. Actually, no. There are some. No, that's not true. There are some wines that are exclusive to us that don't have our name on it that are more expensive. But the ones I'm thinking about right now.
But if branding is actually on it, as this bottle has right here.
Yes. This
is your tippy top.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, you've got this right below that. You have a Grand Reserve, then you have a Reserve. There's some other stuff in there, but this is where Trader Joe's feels they're giving you for I don't know. Do you want me to reveal the price?
Yeah, sure.
For $15.
Okay.
They feel they're giving you a $35 to $40 bottle of wine.
That sounds like an amazing value.
That's the value. So yes,
that sounds fantastic.
So.
Now I'm surprised though. A $35 to $40 cab usually wouldn't say 2016 right here. You'd think that would say a lower number. If you're paying that, wouldn't that usually be a
but that's the thing about this. A lot of times these are actually drinkable now, but they age amazingly. Over the Christmas holiday, one night I opened I had a Platinum Reserve 2011 from Napa Yountville.
Oh, okay.
And
I found the little information about that one online. That's funny.
It was an 11 though. I have a 13.
Wow.
I think I have 11, a 12, and a 13. But I opened the 11 and it was very, very good. Yeah.
Nice.
Yes.
So that's really cool then.
Yeah,
getting value of something you can actually drink now, and if you want to sell or some, that's really cool.
Correct.
So I hadn't even thought about that option.
Yes.
I like that. I'm glad I brought that up. Now, you did already open this.
Right.
You kind of wanted to let it breathe just a little bit, at least kind of get it going. We didn't decant it because there was someone who is holding on to that wine, watching it over for us. He said not to decant it.
He's
this guy. He said no.
He'll let us know when the aroma wafts out of the bottle and gets to a point near his specific nostrils there. He'll let us know.
And that's when
that's the time.
Time to drink.
Time to drink.
Has he said it yet? Can you tell by the look in his eye? Or
it's hard to tell. He's got that steely glaze, but I think he says it's ready.
Okay.
I think. Right. Let's take a chance.
After all this discussion, I can't wait any longer because that actually sounds really delicious. I love Cabernet.
You can feel how heavy that bottle is too.
I know. Yeah. When you handed that to me when you came in, I was like, geez, this bottle is... This is part of my workout routin.
Right, there you go. That's right. That's no 12-ounce.
People joke about getting your muscles lifting that way. You could with this bottle.
Yeah,
this is a starter weight set. Jeez.
Yeah, when I lifted a case of that today, it was 12 bottles in a case. I was like, why is this so heavy? I'm like, oh yeah,
that's got to be
that glass is.
You list a whole case of 12 bottles. That's 12.
Oh yeah,
bottles?
we lift cases of wine all the time.
I know, but this thing's. How much do you think this thing weighs? This got to weigh like 8 pounds.
It feels like that, but you think it weighs more than a gallon of milk?
Maybe not, I guess. Dang.
Yeah.
Well, because I was just doing the math. I was like, you lifting 80, 90-pound boxes?
Yeah, that's not... I don't think it's quite that heavy.
Okay.
Would be my guess.
You should have just gone with, hell yeah, it is.
Hell yeah. I did that with one hand. Remember Happy Strongman?
Oh, God. That guy was amazing.
Yeah, he was.
That guy was lifting wood chests of tea off trucks.
Yeah, and he was... smiling and so happy the whole time.
Yeah, he loved it the whole time.
We still remember. How many years ago was that?
Many.
And we don't know his actual name, but
No.
happy strongman wherever you are.
Yeah.
Thank you for still being a part of our
of
our memories,
That's right.
Arbuckle memories.
So you said 15 for this?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, anytime you see that platinum label from Trader Joe's, it's going to be 15.
Okay, interesting.
Yep.
I saw that on some Oreos the other day, which I thought was odd. So
Yeah.
they have platinum Oreos, and those were 15 as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That should be their new pricing system. It doesn't actually ever say a price on
It's just a
anything. There's
color.
just a word.
Yeah.
it's like, oh, can I have some of the, let's see, how much are those? That's olive. Okay, so that's $4.99.
That's right. That's what color labels does it have? Yeah, that's $4.99.
That'd be amazing. Be very, man, I wanted to go right to the sniff because I could already smell
be
it.
hard to.
Yeah. That is darker than your shirt. I would agree. But there are notes of your shirt in here.
Notes of shirt?
There is some red, but then it goes definitely into like black currant, black raspberry. Look, those kind of colors.
Yeah, yeah.
That
That's
much
nice
darker, inky black.
Red,
along
little
with the,
purpley.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's really nice.
So we've only had this open probably about 15 minutes now. So it might
Something like that.
Yeah, but we wanted to try it a little bit at all stages.
Mm-hmm.
Nice deep fruit. A little heat though.
I was just gonna say my first three, a little bit obviously because of Fraser. I was thinking jammy, dense, but then I was thinking a little bit alcohol, like kind of fumes kind of coming up.
I looked at the content before. I'm glad you said it too, unless you already looked at it.
No, I did not. I was gonna say, is it 15?
It's like 14.8 or something, so it's pretty close.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of what that nose said to me. I was like, this has got to be at least 14 and a half, 15, because it jumps out after those other two things. But the first thing that I get was like, and that was what I was saying. Like even as I poured it, I was already smelling the fruit. Like that smells awesome.
Yeah.
But it's definitely that dense raspberry, cherry.
I don't think the more that sits, that obviously that heat, some of that'll evaporate. That'll probably
Yeah, that smells awesome. It's this interesting blend of like I get these lighter pop of like a more of a lighter tart kind of fruit. Like I said, like I said, more like that Bing cherry kind of thing. But then it immediately after that just gets kind of, it's like it almost gets enveloped by the darker, heavier fruit.
Like a blackberry syrup or something.
Yeah,
almost.
yeah, like something just kind of, and there is a little sweet in there too.
Yeah.
It just that's a very cool, complex aroma. So I'm really hoping that moves into the taste because this smells really good.
We're taking the appropriate steps. Things are good.
We are. All right. Let's see if it finishes.
So I'm going to propose that what we do is we try this we've already tried it. So we'll give you our perceptions now, and then through the magic of time of video, we're going to actually let this sit. We're going to sit with this. We're going to be its caretaker for about 15 minutes or so maybe, and then we'll give you perceptions of 15 minutes later.
Okay. All right. So
15 minutes in the future.
So how are you feeling about it right now? And I'm assuming you're saying that because you think there's more there that is not coming out right
now. Well, I just think it's really dry at the front, and I think, as one of my coworkers would say, it's got a lot of grip on the back of the tongue.
I would agree. That was kind of what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
Some of the sweetness seemed to be lost that I got in the aroma. And I was surprised. It seemed a little on the thinner side. I was expecting from the aroma that it was going to be a little more heavier in a different way.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of the one that we had in December. I think and I may have made some notes on it. I think body-wise it had a little bit more body, but sometimes, cabs they're not as big body-wise as I want them to be. I always want them to be big in every way. I want them to have the tannins that drop. I want the fruit. I want the velvety body. So that I'm not getting that, but I don't know if that's just a personal preference or if that's something that is a mark of an expensive wine or not. I don't know about body.
Yeah, that's
not
what I
every
wondered too about either
has,
aging or letting either through just time itself or what happened in the barrel or those kinds of things. Yeah, that could be a little different. All right, so we are going to do a little time lapse right here, and we will be right back and try this wine again in about 20 minutes.
The heat's still there, but it's maybe diminished a little bit in the nose.
Yeah, a little bit. It's still definitely there.
Yeah. It's loosened up a little bit on the back. It's still pretty dry though.
Yeah, the dryness kind of is. Yeah, it's not quite as a firm grip, but so it's kind of it's spread out a little more, but it's definitely still there.
Yeah.
Which then kind of has allowed a little bit more of the fruit to come through.
Right.
I'm getting a little bit, like I said, a little bit more of that cherry. I'm still missing some of the sweetness that I got in the aroma.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a bummer, but like I said, the rest of, like I said, this is more about tart to me. It's more about, and not like a sour, like a beer or something like that, but it's like more of those kind of tart, like fresh fruits. Like I said, like again, like the cherry, but then into the darker things that then, like a black currant, black raspberry, like those kind of flavors.
I think even though it's only been maybe 15 minutes since we first tried this, I think we're already seeing how there are changes that are happening in the glass. So either decanting or just pouring a glass and sitting with it. Like I said, the only thing that for me about
I'm going to have this in 2 hours. Click.
Yes, there you go. The only thing for me about this is I would like more body from it.
I would agree. That's kind of what I was.
That's
like
what
I
I
said
would
when like I said, when you opened it, that's usually the first thing I had in my mind is like I'm not exactly sure where the rest of it's going to go, but I was like, I bet there's going to be some heft.
Yes,
and then, like I said, that was kind of a little on the thinner side. So you'll no longer be recommending this. No, I'm just kidding.
No. The thing.
That's Keith's new thing now. Is like, damn it.
No, I don't have usually these wines, and there are people who know more about this level wine than I do. Maybe have more experience, and maybe would say, you know what, and that's the thing too. So this is Sonoma versus the one I had was Napa. And there is probably somebody, maybe there's somebody even watching or who will watch that will say, well, that's a Sonoma cab versus a Napa cab.
Oh, that's
okay,
yeah.
So that is an interesting sort of thing. You know what? I have no idea, but someone also could say, that this is that's great Sonoma, but you don't get that kind of body in those areas.
Right.
And it could also just be what the winemaker does, but.
I wonder too to the large. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Like I said, I wonder too to the larger purchasing public. Do you think the vast majority is looking for the heavier kind of wine, or in general, even if they're upgrading, do you think the more mass market they're looking for an easier drinking but maybe affordable luxury? Does that make sense? Like, are they looking?
That's a deep question.
Well, no, like that's just what I'm thinking about. Like you and I like this is gonna sound pretend, but you and I like we've had a lot of different things. We know what we like. I think we go for some of the more, the interesting that we go look for more depth. We're always like wanting like more of those things and what complexity can be in there. Whereas I think maybe the broader consumer is maybe like, I want to get a little more of those things, but I'm glad it's still easy to drink, because I'm just going to I'm going to feel like, oh, this one's good. And this is my $15 special thing. And I have,
right.
And they would be appreciative and enjoy this. Whereas you and I are like, we enjoy this surface level, but we were hoping for these next 3 levels.
Well,
saying it's this other thing.
I know what you're saying. And like I said, I think there's a lot of things that play there. I think one of them is that you and I prefer a wine with more body. Yeah. And I prefer that, and I can have.
Well, that goes into our beers and everything else. That's usually one of our biggest things.
Yeah,
that is probably our number one thing. Even when we love something, a lot of times we're like, I wish it was exactly.
Yeah, and you can find. I mean, I can think of one right now that I've had within the last 6 months. That's that's an Italian for $7 that has more body than this, but that doesn't necessarily mean.
Now we're talking wine here. So
wine, yeah. Okay. I was just thinking of this person.
There's more body.
And so I don't know. Like I said, what does body have to do? Does it have anything to do with cost? Probably not. Because there are some very expensive wines that they're just the grape itself is not known for having a heavier body. Sure. So, but you and I. Maybe now, and like I said, I will tomorrow. I will ask.
In this varietal, usually we look for that. Like you even said that. Yeah. So this varietal can have that,
and it does have that.
So it's not like we're asking for something that wouldn't be there.
No, not at all. And I will actually ask tomorrow. One of my coworkers, who I think will have an answer for me, if I say Napa versus Sonoma Cab, give me some of the similarities and differences, and I'll investigate that a little bit farther. He may say, no, Sonoma should have a lot of body to it.
And he'll say how much time you got, and you sit down and you have nice. And you open up a bottle of this and talk about it.
And we talk about it. That's what we're doing here with everybody here. So, there's more for us to learn. So please, if you do know, share that with us. Send us a comment. Get a hold of us when we're doing this live on Thursday nights. But let us know. But overall, I think this definitely can age and definitely can sit in the bottle for a while.
Like I said, I trust you. Like I said, if you said you've had, and like I said, and obviously that was from a different area. That was a Napa.
Yeah.
But also had aged for a while.
Yes, it had.
So like I said,
7 years on it.
Like I said, so that had 7 years on me. But like so, I trust that if you've had that, then you know that more of that comes through. Maybe this is just one that needs to sit. And that's the way it needs to be appreciated. Like they're excited that they can get it in the bottle faster for everyone because again, like maybe it's the initial consumerism of like, oh, we've created this wine that, people that can enjoy, and if they want to spend a little more, they get this wine. But if people like, you or I, like, oh, we know we can buy a couple bottles of this, let it sit for 3-4 years, and then it'll be even that next level that we're looking for, possibly. Is this the first one from Knights Valley that's been around in the Platinum Reserve that you can recall?
That I can recall, yes. Yeah, usually they are more from Napa, Yountville, Oakville. I think Oakville is...
Oakville sounds good.
Is the same. I think... No, Oakville's different. Oakville, Yountville. So there's different... There are different places, and they usually... but we've had them from a lot of different regions. So there may have been one from Sonoma, but as far as Knights Valley, I believe this is the first one, so...
Okay. Yeah. Well, that was like I said, very different experience. Very interesting. Like I said, actually us taking the time to let it sit. Sometimes we don't have stuff that really requires that. We already know like this is kind of about what it's going to be. So I'm glad you suggested to do that because it has changed. It has
it's already developed a little more.
And who knows what might happen in the next 20 minutes, an hour, or if we actually decanted it, that may have caused like I said help things out even a little bit further.
Right.
But yeah, like I said, I think that's all there is to say about that.
That's it.
That's all. But there is some things to say about our website at AboutBeverages.com, where you can head on over there and try a bunch of different things, watch some videos, and even if it's in the past, drink along with us. You can go back in the archives and say, like, oh, I was going to look for some beers. Look for those things. Look for whiskeys, whatever. Buy them, and then put on the podcast as you're having them.
True.
Agree with us, disagree with us, write a comment, all that kind of stuff. We appreciate it. Even if it's from years ago, we're happy to go back and revisit things as we did when we kind of got started again on twitch.tv /AboutBeverages on our live show.
When we rebooted.
Rebooted?
We rebooted.
We were Canadian for a little bit.
We reloaded. Rebooted. We started again. All those things.
All of those things. Where are the other places they can find us? They can find us on Twitter.
Of course.
Twitter is a great place.
Instagram.
Instagram, that's true. That is another one. I should start putting up a graphic for that, like this one. Now I've committed to it.
I like it. Okay.
Now I've committed to it. Now I have to do it.
It has to happen.
I don't have one, but now I'm going to have to get one.
You'll be editing and you'll be like, damn it.
I'll be like, why did I do this to myself? But yeah, those are definitely great places to follow us. Like I said, we're always putting up pictures, talking about the different things we're having throughout the week. That's even where we'll start mentioning like, oh, hey, this is what we're going to have. If you want to drink along with us on a live show on Thursday nights, twitch.tv /AboutBeverages is the place you can go for that. And drink, like I said, comment, drink along with us, enjoy, and have some good times. But, as we always say, whether we like it or not,
you should give it a shot.